Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be looking at something very interesting with the most recent update. Now, I can't tell you 100% exactly what it is going to be doing, but it is here right now. And what is that? That is going to be Shadow Pokemon actually getting a boost for the moves. So it does say Shadow Boost. So when we do scroll down here, as you can see, under Fury Cutter, under Frustration, we do have a Shadow Boost. Now, I did comparisons as we're going to be taking a look at here, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of difference that has been pushed yet in Pokemon Go. The visual is here, but as far as I can tell, there is no real difference. Now, I haven't actually used them in battle, so I do not know 100% if there is some sort of effect actually taking place right now for the Shadow Pokemon. But as it stands, this is very interesting stuff here. We saw in the data mine that the purified Pokemon were going to be doing more damage to the Shadow Pokemon, and the Shadow Pokemon were going to get some sort of boost for their moves. Now, what does this mean for the long run? Say, once it does get fully pushed, if this is the case, Shadow moves become stronger, so Shadow Pokemon are going to be more viable. What that's going to mean is a lot of Stardust investment, because pretty much every Shadow Pokemon is going to require a ridiculous amount of Stardust and candies to get that secondary move, and you cannot TM away Frustration, so you're stuck with that move, period. So basically you're going to be able to have one good move, and then you're going to be able to have Frustration. So very exciting to see this happening here, and I will be keeping you posted as to what it is going to be detailing in the future. Now, I also want to talk about this main thing here. We're going to cut out the trainer's name, and I will let you be the judge here. All right, so basically what's going on is, do you want to continue to use your premium raid passes in Go Battle League with the quote lag that is happening? Now, of course, there is lag in the Go Battle League. Absolutely. I did post this video to my Twitter, including the name. A lot of people agreed with me. A lot of people disagreed with me. Everybody can have their opinion. Fine. But this is my platform, and I will tell you what I think here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, and we'll go further into discussion on this topic. Whether you want to invest and use your premium passes for Go Battle League just to have yourself lose, possibly to lag or possibly to somebody rage quitting or something, right? So they took care of the airplane mode, where they were going to turn on airplane mode, able to gain the advantage, but a lot of this was supposed to actually happen before the battle started. So you would see the effects before, but apparently there was also a way for this to actually happen after the battle had taken place. So, proof. Everybody's saying show the proof. Not everybody, but a lot of people. All right, let's take a look at the proof here, and we're actually going to discuss a battle that happened between me and another trainer in which they received lag and I was able to win, and we're going to talk about the differences. So let's see what's happening here. This is a winning matchup, right? They have a shield left. I was going to let this go down. I was going to go in there with the Typhlosion that basically has 2 blast burns ready to go. I was going to shield it up. I was going to blast burn it, get rid of that shield. In comes the Registeel, and then I would be able to blast burn that thing out of here, right? So this looked clear as day. Why is it that every single time I lag like this, it is when I'm in a winning position? It's very mysterious, right? It's just very mysterious. And look, I have the shield, and my Typhlosion's magically gone. If we were lagging, wouldn't both of us be lagging? Wouldn't that be the case? It's very mysterious, you know. A lot of people want to just simply oppose me because they do not like me. They do not like what I stand for, how I say things, whatever. And this is one of the reasons why I cut out the trainers' names, because technically, there is no definite 100% proof that this is a cheating method. You can always go back to, oh, well, it's lag. Oh, well, it's lag. Okay. At the end of the day, technically, this is true. All I can provide is evidence as to the winning matchup and then losing, right? So this specific one here is a little bit of a different scenario. So what's going to happen here, I do believe it starts with later on, but this one is very questionable because who knows who could have won. All right, I do not know what their last Pokemon was, and it's all very circumstantial, but let's just take a look here. This one very well could have just been simply lag, but I mean, what what we need to focus on here is, do you actually want to use the premium passes, or do you just want to go for free? Because, you know, technically, if you wanted to speed it up, you're going to have to walk those 3 kilometers to continue to go on, or pay the coins to, you know, further go on with your battles, right? So at this point, I'm going to recommend that you stick to the free. All right. So they did a surf. It didn't do any damage. They did another surf, and we're just stuck here. I don't know how or if they won. We will show you this. I restarted my app and I opened it up, and this is what I saw. Good effort. Okay. This is happening over and over and over again every single time I'm possibly going to win. Now, like I said, that last battle was very circumstantial, and I'm not saying by any means that I was going to win that. We're going to be taking a look at normal battles now. That's why I'm showing the names here. These are just whatever. There might be a putter or two for lag, but otherwise it's all normal. Taking some wins, taking some losses. So at this point, folks, we're going to look at a ton of battles, and like I previously stated, it's probably going to be within your best interest to not go premium. For one, it just seems very unstable, and people, I'm going to say this, are still finding ways to exploit ways to gain advantage on energy. I mean, I've seen the stories over and over and over again, people telling me they have a winning advantage, and all of a sudden, it's lagging for a good few seconds, 15, 20 seconds, and then their team's fainted. They had a shield left, just like that example we looked at in the beginning of the video. But all of a sudden, if they're losing, there's no lag. Oh, magically, every single battle, if you're losing, there is absolutely no lag, and the person just wins. So let's go back to the post somebody put with me actually having lag. So basically what was going on was they lost to me because of lag. It was a horrible matchup for me, and I actually remember this battle. The difference between that battle and the one that we first looked at, in which the lag only occurred at the very end once the person possibly realized that this is a losing matchup between mine and theirs. So the one that I had was lagging throughout the whole thing. From the get-go, the thing was just lagging. All right. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm losing, I better start making it lag. Nope, the battle was lagging from the very get-go. But by the very definition of myself, technically, I was cheating too, right? Okay. Really, I can't argue with that. I mean, I made my argument saying, well, my lag only occurs when I'm about to take the win. But for this specific incident here, the lag occurred from the beginning of the battle. So if you're a reasonable person, you can see the difference, right? Anyways, just thought I'd bring that to your attention because it's a little ordeal. Trying to not reply to people. It's like their golden little opportunity to do whatever they need to say, but we'll just speak my mind here without taking any jabs or anything at anybody, and just expressing what I think of the situation. We are still in preseason, but I can totally see this rolling over when Season 1 does start, because lag is something they can't fix. Little exploits they can patch or try to take care of, which they have. I don't know 100% if they completely taken care of the airplane mode trick or some other exploits behind the scene, like we've discussed in previous videos. Niantic can't know everything all the time. They have to become aware of a specific exploit, and then therefore they can go forth and possibly fix it. So give them time, and we'll see what happens here. This is like, just pre-season, so we are using premium passes, which do cost $1, and I find it kind of silly that you're not able to actually use your free raid pass for the day. That would be pretty nice, because technically you would be able to stack those up and almost do 2. You'd have to go and spin a stop and then come back, or wherever you're at. Maybe you're already at a gym, but yeah, you can't use your free passes. That wouldn't be a different situation, but it would be a little bit better. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to Master League though, because I have quite a few Pokemon. I'm looking to invest in quite a few as well, and bring you guys those videos. So it should be pretty fun stuff. And as we've seen here, going into the next league is not going to eliminate your current rank. So we're going into just rank 10. So we're going to be going up against good trainers. Not that there's not good trainers in other ranks or anything, because I know a lot of you who are really good, you can't get to rank 10 because you just simply don't have the gold medals, and it takes a ridiculous amount of wins to get there if you do not have those gold. So I understand that too. Yeah, Master League is going to be absolutely fantastic, and then after that we're going to be going into the real season, back to Great League. And I'm going to recommend this. You're going to be doing a lot of Master League battles, a lot of Ultra League battles, and then once we shift back into the Great League, things go quick. Pokemon faint quickly. So what I recommend you do is practice with people before it actually officially starts again, so you can get comfortable knowing, oh wow, that's right. This Pokemon can't tank this hit anymore. This Pokemon has to shield in this situation, or this Pokemon is going to be doing better here, right? Just a little tip that I thought I'd give you guys, because I'm personally going to be doing that, because things are tankier here. Your mind becomes conditioned to know how much damage something's going to take after doing it in repetition so much, and especially moving forward into the Master League. Then going into the Great League, you're just going to be hit like a tidal wave, like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Why didn't I just shield that? I thought I'd be able to tank that hit. For the more experienced battlers, they just have that muscle memory, and they'll know, exactly what to do. But just a little heads up there. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at these battles and do the commentary now, shall we? Starting off with Poliwrath, met with a Registeel. Great situation here. They're retreating into Giratina, and I'm going to bring out my Licky with Body Slam and Shadow Ball, my counter here. As you can see, I'm still going with Shadow Ball. I just find it nice. A lot of situations I wish I had Earthquake when they do kind of counter me with a Registeel. It would help me out, but having both Typhlosion and Poliwrath are kind of a counter to the Registeel. So it's a little bit overdoing it, right, with the Earthquake. So we're just going to stick with Shadow Ball and just make this a pure Giratina counter. This is the altered form going up against the origin form. It has no chance with Licky. No chance, because it only has Ghost moves. So you're looking great, and I love that situation. I personally think the altered form is going to be a little bit better. Origin's going to hit harder with Shadow Ball, and you can also possibly get the boost with Ominous Wind, but you're stuck with just Ghost type moves, unfortunately. So if you go up against a Snorlax, it's Good Night Sleep Tight or Licky or anything normal, technically, right? Anyways, let's do the commentary. Like I said, so we have the Gyarados out here. They do shield that up. Don't know if they should have really done that. Maybe they just wanted to preserve their energy. So they're going to be using that Giratina as a shield. Coming back in here with their Gyarados, and it's a crunch. So I let that go through. Not very effective. We're not able to get to another Ice Punch. You're going to be bringing in Licky here. I was hoping to catch possibly a charge move, but they gained a little bit more energy. We were able to take it out with Typhlosion, and then finish off that Registeel as well with Shadow Claw. So next match, Poliwrath versus Empoleon. Great matchup for me. However you cut it, however you slice it, is always going to be good. They switch into Snorlax, so I decided to go ahead and go for that Dynamic Punch. They go ahead and shield it up. I do gain a little bit more energy and catch the Body Slam, I do believe, on the Licky. Yep. There was a guy who had, Superpower on the Snorlax. Threw me completely off, and I don't know if I recorded that one or not, but that was a very awesome move. I was like, whoa! That did a lot more damage, and it took me by surprise. I thought they might have hit me with an Earthquake, the way they were hoarding energy, but then they got that Superpower. So the Licky versus the Snorlax here, it will win if you have like the perfect matchup. You really can't have too much of a disadvantage for your HP as well as energy. Otherwise, it is going to be able to pull up that win, as you're going to see here. I could shield this, but I'm just going to let it go through because we're going to be able to just come back in with Poliwrath. I wanted to feint it down with quick moves, but that's quite a bit of mud slaps to feint down a Snorlax. And before I do that, they're going to just be able to body slam me into oblivion. So I just decided to use that energy there. In comes the Empoleon, and we can let whatever they're going to do go through. Hydro Cannon, Flash Cannon, Blizzard. We're looking fine. They get off that charge move. Then they retreat into their Giratina origin form. Now, unfortunately, our Licky is down for the count, and that would have been the perfect counter, like we were just discussing. But at least we have Shadow Claw on our Typhlosion here. So doing a good amount of damage with the Blast Burn. And then they take us down. We still have a shield, very low on the health here. Let's see if we're able to pull this off. We get that Ice Punch. In comes Empoleon. We just need to get to that Dynamic Punch here, and we're able to do so. And that was going to be a good game. Very close on that one there. So we do run into the same trainer here. Same lead, so I'm assuming the same team. Let's see. I do believe I played this one out a little bit differently. Now, I am fluctuating with my lead between Typhlosion and Poliwrath. You know, I just switch back and forth, but for this one, I kept it with the Poliwrath, and I decided to just go ahead and enter in with the Licky up against the Snorlax again, because I know that they have the Giratina Origin in the back. The Ice Punches are going to hurt it. If I can get off a Blast Burn, that's going to hurt it. With the Typhlosion, the Shadow Claws are also going to be putting in work here. But I want my Poliwrath to line up with the Empoleon, so that is why I didn't stay in that fight here, and I switched going into Typhlosion. Now, I don't know if this was the smartest idea. I started thinking to myself, ooh, is this really a good idea? What I figured I'd do was just switch in here. We have Shadow Claw, not very effective to Snorlax, and Snorlax being tanky, it's just going to be able to body slam us over and over again, so I decided to expend that energy there. But my thought process was go in there, gain energy, and just Blast Burn everything. And they do make a switch into there. I use my energy. They come in with Empoleon and take us out. Very nice. We're going to enter in with our Poliwrath, just like we described. We want it to match up perfectly here. We still have 2 shields, and we know we do not have to shield anything from Empoleon with this amount of health. We're going to finish it off with quick moves. In comes the Giratina, and we're just going to go Ice Punch all the way here, and we're looking really good. I blocked this one. Okay, I was going to say, I think I might have let this one go through, because obviously at this point I have 2 shields, and what you want to do is bait. I do bring in the Licky to catch this Ominous Wind, and that kind of basically gave me an extra shield in a sense, so we're looking even better here, and we have enough energy to get to an Ice Punch and a couple more quick moves, and we're going to be shielding that up, and we get there, and we're looking pretty good. We're able to take that win again. Alrighty, moving it into the next match here. So if you do enjoy these videos, like usual, give them a thumbs up and share them with your friends if you found them useful. So we're met with a Gardevoir. That's the first time I've seen one in the Ultra League. Up against our Poliwrath, we have to get out there. Confusion or Charm, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be bad news for my Poliwrath. So we do retreat into Licky, which is actually going to be doing super effective damage with the Lick. They hit us with a Secret Noise, and we are at a Body Slam, but unfortunately are not able to get it off. So that Gardevoir put in some work there. So we're just going to enter with our Typhlosion. They do come in with Charizard here. So not a great position. So I'm basically just going to get out that Blast Burn, switch, gain some energy. They do bring in their Giratina, and in which case we're just going to Ice Punch away here. Poliwrath is an okay matchup against Giratina. With those Ice Punches, it's going to be able to chip away eventually. I found it that going up against the Dragon Breath is not fun with Poliwrath. You're still going to be able to do what you need to do as far as getting off those Ice Punches, but that Dragon Breath just wears you down. Shadow Claw is going to be able to gain energy a little bit faster so they can hit their charge moves, but Ancient Power is not very effective. Dragon Claw isn't doing that much damage, so it's still going to be an okay situation. They're bringing back the Charizard here. We're going to go ahead and go for that Ice Punch. Make a switch into our Typhlosion. Now, there's no more shields on either end. This is not looking great here. I'm really hoping he's going to go for a Dragon Claw. It's a Blast Burn. So he did use that energy. I decided to gain a little bit more myself. Take that out, but it's not looking good. And they finished me off with Dragon Breath, so good game. Moving into the next match, we have a rank 8. It matched me up with a rank 8. Now watch what they do. Start off with the Giratina. I switched into my Typhlosion. Not a good situation. Or at least we're doing super effective with the Shadow Claw. Able to gain energy, but we do make a switch into Poliwrath, and then they switch into Togekiss, in which we have a bit of energy built up here. So we're going to be able to chip away at that before they faint us down here. But the Togekiss is gaining energy, and we'll have a charge move ready to go, so I have to make my decision. Down goes the Poliwrath. Don't think I really want to go with Typhlosion. So I just go ahead and go with Licky Licky because I do not want to use a shield. I want them to go ahead and get that charge move off. We'll feint them down. We have energy. And we're looking not really good because now we have good old Swampert and our Poliwrath is down. So definitely I'm not going to switch into the Typhlosion to go up against that because, well, it's going to be able to spam me way too much with the Hydro Cannon. So we're just going to Body Slam, spam it. If you're thinking, why not just go for Shadow Ball? It's like almost kind of, but at the same time, you're better off just going Body Slam with Stab. It does more. Lagged a little bit there. Unfortunately, not able to get off that charge move. So I'm going to have to shield this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, but it's a game over. So I just go ahead and back out. Just let them take the win there. And that doesn't do anything to your opponent. It gives them a legitimate win. It's just getting it over with, right? So starting it off with the Poliwrath, and they're starting off with Charizard. So this is, you know, an iffy one, right? You're going to be able to do neutral damage with Ice Punch, but they're going to be able to continuously spam me with Dragon Claws, which are not going to be tickling the Poliwrath. Let's just say that. It's going to eventually add up here. Contemplating a switch. I think I shield this up here. And get off one more Ice Punch and then make a switch into Licky Licky, I do believe. Or it might be Typhlosion. Alright, there's some lag there, so I decided to continue on. Unfortunately, not able to make that switch. You know, the lag, yeah, there you go. It's happening, but it is what it is. So we continue on here. And it doesn't look like anybody was affected too much by that lag. In comes my Poliwrath. We're going to go ahead and go Dynamic Punch and then make a switch into Licky Licky here. I mean, in this situation, it's fine. Just Body Slam away. We do have a shield out of them. I'm down both shields as well, so this is a shieldless battle here. Technically, do they want to go with Earthquake? I think it's ideal to just go Body Slam, honestly. So yeah, because the licks are not very effective to each other here. We're both normal types and both very tanky Pokemon. I had a Body Slam ready. They were able to get there first though, and we're not able to survive. We're gonna go with Typhlosion. All right, so yeah, I remember this battle now. They had that one in the bag, right? They definitely had that one in the bag, but they switched into Articuno, which is a good strategy to do so your opponent can't gain a bunch of energy. But it was just a bad matchup. They didn't realize it, and I was able to take the win because of that misplay there. All right, so moving into the next battles. All right, so we have a Venusaur. A lot of you are asking, well, what are you going to do if you start off with a Poliwrath and you're met with a Venusaur? Well, let's take a look here. So usually I'm going to be switching into my Licky Licky in hopes that they switch, and they do. Great, so we can line up that Typhlosion with the Venusaur later on. And they make a switch into Registeel, a switch I'm seeing quite often with my Licky Licky when I do make that switch, which is fine. We have the Poliwrath that can deal with it in the back and the Typhlosion. So ideally, I should go in here with the Poliwrath. So I still have the Typhlosion lying in wait for the Venusaur later on. While they're locked in here, I'm able to... At this point, they're so low, I was really contemplating farming them down, but that's quite a bit of farming to do on a Registeel and Ultra League with so much energy. There comes a point where you just start farming to the point where you're kind of wasting, you're over farming, you're not gaining anything from it. So in comes the Venusaur, immediately ready with that Frenzy Plant like it should be. I'm going to be blocking that up and going for an Ice Punch. And just continuing on here. I was tapping that Ice Punch, but I just could not get it, unfortunately. So they do take us down there. And they make a switch into Giratina. And this is not good. They have two shields. This is a total loss. Absolutely in every way. There's no way I could come back from this for sure. And they take us out there. Good job. All right, moving on to the next opponent, starting it off with Typhlosion and met with a Swampert. So yet again, a horrible matchup. Let's see if I'm able to work my way around this one here. So they're staying in for now. They wanted to get off a Hydro Cannon and gain energy. They make a great switch into Melmetal. to catch that body slam, which is not very effective. I could have built up to a Shadow Ball and done a little bit more, but they made that good switch. Very nice. And they're going to be hitting us with a Flash Cannon. We're not going to use our shield. We're just going to go for that Shadow Ball at this point since we're locked in here. Do as much damage as possible. They are farming like crazy, so I decided to just go for Body Slam. I was like, oh, if you want to farm that much, all right. They do use a shield there, which is worth it because they have so much energy on that thing. I figured Flash Cannon, okay, probably have Rock Slide too. So we'll be resisting all those moves on our Poliwrath. So let's just go ahead and do that so they can just use all that energy. We're not going to use a shield and gain energy while we're doing it in the process. They do bring in the Giratina. Man, this thing is just ever so popular, isn't it? So yes, this whole time we're going to be using no legendaries. We do have that Typhlosion starter though. So we're going to be shielding that Dragon Claw up and going for a Blast Burn. So we've seen this before. Shadow Claw super effective. Blast Burn doing okay damage. It's not like, oh, there's no way I could come back from this. At least Typhlosion has a fighting chance to check it out, finish it off with Shadow Claw. In comes Melmetal. We're going to go for the Blast Burn here, finishing it off. In comes Swampert, and just one-shots us, and we do bring in our Poliwrath here. We have one shield left. We do decide to shield this up. It is a Hydro Cannon, but at this point, our health is so low, it doesn't really matter. They have a shield left too, and we're not able to get to a Dynamic Punch. I don't think I would have been able to win that if I got to a Dynamic Punch, so that horrible lead was not good for me. I tried my best. We came close, but no cigar. So we have a Giratina with our Poliwrath now. I don't mind this matchup too much. Very tempting to switch into my Licky, but obviously when you make the switch, they are definitely going to make a counter switch. So it's best to just fight it out in some situations until you can make a decision on which switch you want to do at one point. So I was able to get a good amount of health down on that thing. Going to gain some more energy in my Poliwrath, make a switch into Licky, so we're looking okay. We have energy for whatever they bring in. It's, like I said, always met with the Registeel when I do bring out my Licky. It's like, I should definitely probably put on Earthquake, but Shadow Ball just works so well too. And we always have the Typhlosion and the Poliwrath in the back, so we'll be able to handle that. So we did have a Body Slam, but it's... I wouldn't say it's pointless. We're just going to try to get to another Shadow Ball here because that actually does decent damage. All right. And the Licks too. So we do make a switch into a Poliwrath immediately. I'm going to go for a Bait because I know they have energy. They don't want that to go down quite yet. And they retreat into Giratina. And we have two shields. I do let this... No, I shielded up. Okay. And we're able to get off another Ice Punch here. And they do decide to shield it up. And it was looked like a tie for CMP. Charge move, and they wanted to preserve that thing. So we have one shield on our end. We have a Licky. But what we're going to do here is, yeah, did you like that? So what we did with Typhlosion, super effective Shadow Claw, switch to catch the Ancient Power with Licky, saving ourselves a shield and the health on the Typhlosion. They have a Clefable, and I was like, I can win this one here. Let's go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go for Blast Burn. They have no more shields. We gained so much energy, we're able to get to another one, and we're going to be able to take this win here. So there you have it. Trainers, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.